today it's a special tour of Durbar Square, or Hanuman Dhokha Durbar Square. And I decided to get a guide today so that I can understand the history of this place because it's amazing.
Yeah.
And so my tour guide for the day is
Krishna Thapa.
Yes. And he is the tour guide here in Kathmandu. So you might well check him out when you're here. Let's start the tour.
Yeah.
So the ticket is 1,000. It also includes the museum.
Yeah.
And I got myself a guide today.
Welcome to Nepal.
Thank you.
Kathmandu Durbar Square.
Yeah.
So I will begin our journey from the Kumari house, okay?
Okay.
It's coming soon, like coming the Saturday is Sivaratri, Mahasivaratri, the day of the Shiva.
Yeah.
So that's all the Shiva temple get very busy at that time.
Okay.
So that is very particular day. You see, like a lot of the sadhus, they come from India to Nepal to celebrate the Sivaratri.
Oh.
That's the night of the Shiva, yeah.
Yeah.
And they do the holy fire on the crossroad.
Oh.
It's coming soon.
And that's on Saturday.
Just as the day of tomorrow, yes. You are in best time in Nepal.
Oh.
So happy Mahasivaratri. So you see the Nepalese houses and temple. You may see this type of Nila.
Yeah.
We have the festival and the one of the initial new one to one of the evil.
Yeah.
So evil will be unable to go into the house or temple. So what's your height?
So these ones are very
That's
short.
Kumari, yeah.
Definitely made for Nepali people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's basically when the door is lower, you bow, you paying respect to the center and paying like being humble to the temple. So once again,
So this is a Kumari
temple.
And you are not allowed to take pictures of the Kumari, but you can take pictures of the temple itself.
So come here. So
So as I said, this is Kumari temple and it has a very interesting ritual. So there is a girl that they get when she's like 6 or 7 years old, and she's a living goddess, Kumari, and she appears on that window just before 12. Then it's closed because of high education. And when she's 13 years old, then another one is selected. So it's a whole process that apparently she has to pass 13 steps to show that she's worth of it. And then after she's 13, then she joins another palace where she now starts to get formal education. She can get married and all that. So we actually saw her. She's a kid. She's right now probably about 9 or something, as I saw. But when she's 13, she gets replaced. Her parents live nearby. They're allowed to see her. She doesn't come out of this building. That's where she lives. But apparently once in a while she's let outside or something like that. Very interesting. And Nepal is the only country now with a living goddess. During the old days, the current Kumari would appear on that gold window to bless the king, which the palace was just opposite. So this is one of the older places here for Buddhism. So there's a town called Patan that is like the Buddhist origin or something. But Buddhism is actually a little younger. Hinduism is older. But around 12th century, there was a lot of Buddhism that mixed with Hinduism. And this is one of such structures that was built in 7th century AD. So it's around thousands of years old. I was told that a lot of people in Nepal practice Hinduism as a religion and Buddhism as a philosophy. So it's common to find both of the two mixing together into one culture.
God is like frog, like elephant-headed God. He is the God. He removed all obstacles, and this is the Ganesh temple. Is one of the most worshipped Ganesh temple in Kathmandu's valley. Yeah? Because people they came here to get a blessing whenever they start their business or their journey. This is the first God they want to worship, the Ganesh temple, because the rat represents Lord Ganesh. Ganesh is very happy God. He's standing right. So in the morning, people come, but they whisper on his ear, and they believe their wishes will come true.
Oh.
They walk to the Ganesh and convey your message to Lord Ganesh.
Oh, so he's like the messenger.
Yeah. And remove all the obstacles. He's very happy God.
Yeah.
He's very favorite among the
Kathmandu, which is also another temple built in the 7th century. It used to have a big statue of Lord Shiva, but it was devastated in the earthquake in 2015. Right now it's under reconstruction, and that's where the name Kathmandu came from. So because it's Sanskrit, it's very hard to pronounce. I am barely able to pronounce it. Eventually, so Kathmandu, Kathmandu. And now we're in Kathmandu.
17th century, they might have like a Mughal influences.
Oh.
To top like a mosque, but obviously a Shiva temple, the Hindu god.
Yeah.
And the only it has Eastern architect. And we see the bull.
Yeah.
When you see the bull, make sure that is Shiva temple.
Oh, so the bull is for Shiva temple, the rat is for Ganesh.
And Garuda for the Vishnu.
That is the Kumari temple there. This is an administrative sort of building that was built in 19th century, 1908, 20th century, is not that old. And then Temple of Lord Shiva, they used to do coronations there. And then this temple here, apparently it's called the hippie temple because in the 1960s there was a lot of hippies who would go there, play guitar, smoke marijuana, which was legal at the time. And it's a temple of Lord Shiva, but it was nicknamed the hippie temple, and it also was devastated during the earthquake. And as you can see, there's construction going on today to renovate it. So that's the older part of the palace.
And this is new one.
This is the new one that was built.
That's right.
You have to have fun.
Yeah. It's famous for the erotic carving.
So this is the temple for Jagannath. So Kama Sutra carvings, a lot of erotic carvings. That's what it's famous for.
Yeah.
This is one of the most prominent features of the Durbar Square. It's right at the center. It's an incarnation of Lord Shiva. He's stomping out evil. And there is a time in I think the last century that coronations or the governments would come here to be inaugurated into the next government. And a lot of people come here to this. Even you can see some of them coming here to worship. Another fascinating thing that I got to learn is about the Nepalese flag. So the sun and the moon are worshipped as goddesses, and the fact that it's like that is because 70% of Nepal's landscape is hills and mountains, and so their flag shows hills and mountains. That was really cool to learn. This is the temple of Kali.
Kalezu.
Yeah.
Kalezu.
Kalezu?
Kalezu means the Kali has 9 form, yeah? 9 form or incarnation. So one of the called Kalezu.
Kalezu, yeah.
Kalezu.
And it's where there's a dark room where the new Kumari is selected. So it is believed that if you're able to read all these languages and know the transcription, there'll be money filling that hole right there, and you'll be rich. So maybe practice all these languages, and that is your one ticket to richness. So this is the statue of the Hanuman Dhokha, and you can see his eyes are blocked because he's a god of celibacy, so he doesn't want to see all the erotic things. Like that temple has like the erotic carvings, so his eyes are covered.
Entrance to the museum.
Yeah.
Ticket, you have tickets.
Yes, and now we're going to the museum.
Museum, yeah.
So this is the entrance of the museum, but it used to be the royal palace with the Hanuman Dhokha at its gate.
Now the
This architecture is so beautiful.
Yeah, it's all wooden carving, yeah?
Yeah.
It dated back to the 70s.
So this is the actual museum which was transferred here after the earthquake. Inside there are artifacts of like the king, what they used to use, coronations, coins of all times. But as you can see, you're not allowed to take photos inside, so you come here for yourself and see it. What I love about this architecture is just how much detail goes into everything. Look at this. It's like at the floor, you wouldn't even care, but it's totally detailed. And that's just the doorway. Look at everything else. I wonder how many days it took. Yeah, very beautiful.
The 5-story Hanuman temple. That's the temple of Hanuman.
5-story Hanuman temple. Yeah. They still use it today. Oh, so this building is very Roman, European inspired. You can see the massive chandeliers. It used to be closed. Apparently it was opened only 6 months ago. And it was renovated, had to be renovated after 2015 earthquake, like most of the other buildings in this square. So this is the White Castle that was built in the Rana regime. As you can see, it has a lot of Roman influence. And so it gives the history of Nepal from when it was a monarchy, Rana regime, all the way to the road to democracy, to the referendum in 2015. So 2015 in particular wasn't a really good year for Nepal because of the earthquake. As you can see, it destroyed a lot of buildings, and also there was a lot of political sanctions from like India. But yeah, I would say maybe it has picked up since then. But then COVID hit and the tourism industry, so there is a lot to unpack. But I think it's coming back up, and you guys should come travel here to Nepal so that its economy can rise back up. And thank you so much for watching this video on Durbar Square. I've learned so much. Getting the tour is really worth it, to be honest, and you get to learn about the culture and the religion of Nepal. So maybe get a tour too. But thank you so much for watching. Click subscribe, comment, like, share, and stand by for my next video where I show you which other places you should visit in Kathmandu, starting with this place right here, Durbar Square. Subscribe, comment, share, and see you in the next one. Bye.